Boruto is like one of those series that when I look back at it, I would say I had a good time with it. It's not one of my favorite series, not one of the best new gens, not one of the memorable series I have of all time, but I would say it's a pretty good series that gets a lot of hate. And even though someone they hate it, it is deserved. I want to make a video of like going over my personal problems with it and coming to a conclusion at the end to like see what the Boruto like really deserves to hate or doesn't. Power scaling. Ever since the end of Shippuden, I feel like power scaling has gone off the route. And you would thought when Boruto started, it was gonna dial it back, take it back. But no, it didn't. It just continued going up and up. And it's not even the problem that I have with Boruto's power scaling just going up and up. It's just the fact that it just doesn't feel earned. You feel me? Like it's the beginning of the series, and then we have these big, like and world-ending threats already, and it's just like too much at the start. I feel like we should have built onto these moments, like have more character-rich moments, and then instead of just going to like these big bad world-ending threats. Y'all remember when Naruto punched Toneri on the moon? And then I remember, like, even to this day, people use that for power scaling moments. And one of the great aspects of this was like it was at the end of the series. Like we when we see Kid Naruto, we don't think of Kid Naruto punching through galaxies, punching through like meteors, mountains and stuff. No, we think of him like being an actual ninja. And I understand this argument that people on Twitter be like, oh, Boruto's not about ninjas anymore because we have all these different aspects. Sort of the ability to absorb stuff is like one of the biggest critiques I have of Boruto, because like it just limits all the cool fights that we could get, like the cool jutsus, the cool like power, like not even only for power scaling reasons why I don't like the absorption part. It just makes everything else feel so boring when we know these characters could do so much more. And like I don't need like universal like feats all the time, but like, it would be cool when we could get like some big feats like we got in Shippuden. I'm not saying that all the time. I'm just saying it would be cool. But for some reason in Boruto, it's always absorption. Like every villain has to absorb every jutsu. Like that is so boring. Like I know it's inspired by Dragon Ball too, but like, it's just so boring. Like every villain just does the same thing over and over and over again. Like it's just so boring. And regardless of what you think of like the power scaling of Boruto, like I know like the novels and like the anime is two different things, but like in the novels, right, we have Momoshiki stating that he could do like universal feats, blow up nebulas, like bigger feats than even Kaguya. And then you get to the anime, you don't get to see these feats, and it's like you compare like you compare Boruto to Bleach, right? And like at the end of series Bleach, you see all these big feats, all these like big like stuff happening in Boruto. You just see this little stuff, and like it's the same thing with like Dragon Ball Super. Like I wish we got to see more of like the bigger feats that make these characters feel strong. Now, again, I'm not saying that we need this all the time, but it will feel better if we get like to show these feats than then these are small town level feats, because like it's just repetitive, it's boring, and it just makes the characters feel like not even as strong as they should be. And now, since I've been talking about like power scaling, I'm going to talk about the side character treatments. Boruto's side cast is like one of the most disappointing side cast I've seen in anime in a while. Like I know people be talking about Naruto's side cast, talking about how bad it is, but like if we go back to part 1 Naruto, it wasn't as bad as Boruto. Even My Hero's side cast is not even that bad. In Boruto, if you're not Boruto or Kawaki, you're basically like forgettable. You're useless because you get no fights, no power-ups, no character moments. It's just Boruto and Kawaki. Like even in the anime is like filler. You could call it anime canon all you want, but like it doesn't even really matter at the end of the day. Like even in the manga, right? It's basically Boruto and Kawaki. Chadara's best moment in the Boruto was when she did Chidori, and like it's been like what, 2 years, like 3 years since we got that moment, and she hasn't done anything significant like that. Like even Mitsuki, he had his whole Sage Mode transformation. He has like no character progression at all. It's just Boruto and Kawaki. And then like you compare these, like you compare Boruto to like Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero, Black Clover. You get to see all these side characters develop, get like better, like get character progression. It's not even about power. It's just like they're just relevant to the story. And then because of the power creep in Boruto, these characters just lack. They just lack everything, and then they want us to believe that these new characters are they're gonna be able to surpass Naruto and Sasuke with ninja tools. That doesn't even make any sense. Like the addition to new ninja tools, it just makes everything else just feels pointless. And I understand it's the new generation and stuff, but it just feels very unearned. And like with these new villains, they're all the same character, like Momoshiki, Ishiki, like even Kaguya. They're all the same character because they all want power. Kaguya is the best out of them because at least she has character. But all these new villains, they're the same character, and like just like the same characters, the same thing with the fights. Like I said in the beginning, we don't even see Naruto and Sasuke use all their arsenals. It's just the same move spam. Like in like Naruto, he has all the tail beat chakra. We only see him do like one lava of a Sang Shuriken. He could have used boy release in the Zekin fight to make himself stronger. It literally stays in the database that it's like comparable to the 8 gates. He doesn't even use it. It's just like with the addition of Ada in the manga, like I said this before, it just feels pointless. Like Boruto is literally only focused on Boruto. Nobody else matters. Code as a villain, he has potential, but like I'm gonna be like as of right now, I don't really care for him. Damon is just a walking hacks for no reason. Like he's literally a kid. You know, like I don't want to see a little kid being stronger than Naruto and Sasuke in their prime. That's boring. And the villains are not even that good. Like you compare the villains to like the older villains like Madara, Obito, like Nagato, like Pain. Like these characters are fire. It's not even because they have a sad backstory too. It's because like they're literally good characters that are fleshed out. We don't need like sad backstories, but just make them good villains. And these Boruto villains are not good. And like in the manga right now, Cole just took the 10 tails and basically did the same thing that happened in the war arc. It's just very repetitive. But I'm actually kind of happy for this because maybe we get to see new side characters fight more, do more things. Like imagine we get like a great like ninja war, like the fifth grade ninja war, and we get to see all the old generation, new generation characters actually do stuff, get character progression, like get some losses, like grow us people, like this, that would be fire. Like I have no problems with that. Even though it feels repetitive, I would like it's way better than what we have now. We have literally cyborgs that came out of nowhere with no foreshadowing, stronger than Jigen. It just like feels like I am very frustrated with Boruto. It's not even because like I'm a hater. I feel like this series has so much potential, but they just don't use it. That's why like I sound frustrated. And like if you're a fan of a series, like you would be too, like you compare it to Black Clover and Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero. They're like in their final arcs, like in the big saga of these like series, and these series are just fire. They have built these like things up, and like I know Boruto is building to the time skip, but it just feels very boring. Like I don't know, like, and I know it's like something happened with Code in the manga, so it's probably gonna lead to something big, but it just feels very boring. And like I don't even have hope for Sadara and Mitsuki anymore because they are basically irrelevant to the plot. And Boruto, and this is gonna sound funny because he's the main character. Boruto is really just about Boruto. Side characters don't even really matter, and it's sad. I wish side characters do matter, but hey man, it's a sad reality. So overall about in this video, just talking about my problems with Boruto right now. I feel like they could have done so much better in the beginning. Like make I can't even say his name right, but like make him like the Gohan of Boruto. Like make him actually live up to the hype that he had in Naruto. But that would have been fire, but nah, we did not get that. But anyways, I don't hate Boruto. I wish they could do way better with Boruto. Fix it up, give it the proper development it needed at the start. They take some breaks, come back with a bang. It would have been fire, but hey man, it is what it is.